All right, next question is, how can I handle bad clients who ruin my reputation on Upwork? So reputation management is a huge thing with Upwork because those reputations are like gold, So if a client is doing this and going out of their way to like hurt your reputation, more often than not, it's because there was some type of communication issue, whether you want to admit to it or not. It's very small percent that it's just that they're crazy and they want to hurt you. There's not a lot of sociopaths out there that want to do this to you. Usually it's the opposite. They want to go out of their way to help you and support your freelancing endeavor. But not all clients are perfect. I've definitely run into a couple client situations where we had to work things out. And if I didn't take that time to work things out, I'm sure they would have written a non-awesome review. So, the goal is to never let it get there, right? And so 9 out of 10 times, like I said, probably 99 out of 100 times, it's because of a communication error. And most of the time, those circulate around money. At the end of the day, this is all the client cares about, that he gets what he wanted with the amount of money that he has, right? So something happened along the way. Maybe it was they're spending more money than they planned. Maybe you're not delivering as quickly as you wanted. Time is money, remember? So there's some type of communication, some type of issue. So the best way to fix that and to handle that is to communicate with them and figure out what is the problem. Is it that you didn't do good work? Is it that you took too long? Is it that you're charging too much? Did something not get worked out during the initial contract period? These are things that you got to figure out and talk to them about, because they're gonna want to explain their side of the story and what you need to do. And what's very tough sometimes as a freelancer, because you're stuck in this like defensive, precarious situation, because you feel like they hold all the weight and you don't have any power. But you do. You have the power to work this out with them and know that I could set my ego aside and work this issue out and know that I'm going to get rewarded with an awesome review, which is then going to help my business, and I'm going to be able to charge more and get more clients later on and stuff like that. So the way you need to think about it is that long game and not the short game. I've seen so many freelancers get stuck in the short game, arguing over pennies, arguing over this, small little things with one little client. And I've had probably about 140 clients, 150 clients now. Those issues, although they seem big in the moment because they carry so much weight, it's nothing a year later. It's literally nothing. So you're gonna have to suck it up and figure out what is pissing them off, or why are they not happy, and get to that. If it's money, figure out how to maybe get them some of their money back. Negotiate. Figure out. They want to solve it. They don't want to have issues. And if you get to the heart of it and solve it, most of the time, and I've seen this over and over, you'll get past it, and then they'll respect you more, and this could turn into something even bigger, and they'll go out of their way to write you a good review because you were responding to, their issue, and that you actually listened, and that you just didn't close up and use your ego and curse them out and stuff like that. I've seen it so many times from freelancers. They didn't do what they said that they were going to do, and then somehow it's my fault that they weren't, the people that they kind of projected themselves to be from the beginning. And it's crazy, and you're just like, well, dude, are you serious right now? You're not interested in solving this at all? And it's no, they'd rather have this ego. And for what? For what purpose does that serve? And as a freelancer, I've sucked it up a bunch of times, and I've put my ego aside and talked to these guys, figured it out. And if it's me needing to give back a couple hours of my time just to make this, not go away, but like just to make them happy. Like your goal should be to make them happy. That's why you're in this business, to make your clients happy. So if that's not your goal, if it's just to make as much money right now as humanly possible and not worry about making any of my clients happy, you're not going to last. You should be wanting to make them happy, because that's going to lead to bigger things. And so if you solve the issue, you're going to have a handle on you write bad clients on here, and it just sounds like you need to take some responsibility. You're the one that you should be able to recognize a bad client right from the get-go, because that's why you should set these contracts up to talk to them at first and get a feel for them, and make sure that like you guys jive before you even take money from them. Because I've said no to a bunch of clients that I knew it was going to be a problem. So I think the first thing you need to do is respect your business, and say, if you could remove yourself from the freelancer and say, I'm the owner of this business and Adam's the employee, and you're looking at yourself as an employee of this business, wouldn't the owner of that business say, if you had other employees, say, hey, figure out what's pissing this client off, why are they a bad client, and tell that employee to fix it, right? Like that's what I would do. So put yourself in the business owner's shoes, and look at yourself as an employee and say, how does that employee fix it? And just suck it up. Just leave the ego at the door. Fix it, get the good review, and move on. And just work with the new client. And then that's it. It's no, there's not like an audience watching, like, oh, you really failed yourself. Like, stop. It's just the ego getting in your way. And you can get past this. So hopefully that resonates. Again, I've had a handful of situations where I really had to bite my tongue and just work it out. And all of these things can be solved. I mean, it's business. It's really just comes down to dollars and cents at the end of the day. It's not like they personally hate you. Oh, the camera's going crazy. So good luck, and let me know how it turns out. Thanks.